All right, Miles, let's talk about the Los Angeles Chargers. This Chargers team, I tell you what, they've been through the breaks, right? Number of heartbreaking injuries, tough losses, but they found a way to persevere a little bit. They're 2-2, coming off a really dominant win against the Houston Texans. The Texans kind of made it a little bit of a game in towards the end, but the Chargers were clearly the better football team, and they find themselves 2-2. Great quarterback, a lot of key pieces. Eventually, some of these guys are going to get healthy. But really, there's kind of an unsung hero for the Los Angeles Chargers who may be the guy to potentially save their season. And Miles, I know you got a story on that. Before I turn over to you, I want to hear from the Chargers fans in the comment section below. Give me a guy who's kind of surprised you a little bit, kind of a guy who's came out of the woodwork that you weren't expecting to be a big time player, who has showed up and looked really good through the first 4 games of the season. Let me know who that guy is in the comment section below. I want to hear from you, Chargers fans. But Miles, give us the latest out of LA.
Nick, imagine going from all-pro tackle Rashawn Slater goes down. You think, okay, anytime a left tackle goes down, season's pretty shaky at that point. You can't get, you start letting pressure to the quarterback. That's not good, especially Justin Herbert, who's coming off of a rib injury. You don't want to jeopardize that man's health. He is a national treasure, especially to the city of Los Angeles. So you got to keep him safe. And imagine if I tell you not only did your all-pro left tackle go out, but you have to throw out a rookie to put in that spot. Well, most teams would think that is not good. We are going to get crushed, but not the Los Angeles Chargers and not for Jamaree Salyer. This guy went out and absolutely killed it. Absolutely killed it, Nick. And I know it's against the Houston Texans. Some might not say they're not necessarily the best team, but this is a rookie in his first game in the NFL, went out. He probably was never expecting to play this early. He goes out there, and he absolutely crushed it, Nick. He absolutely crushed it. He scored a 90.4 pass blocking grade through PFF for 41 pass blocking snaps against the Texans. That's incredible. Justin Herbert said when Salyer came in there, he felt like he had time back in the pocket. He could feel that it was like an NFL-ready guy. Herbert goes on to say, for a guy to be able to step up his first NFL game, first time playing, he did an absolutely incredible job. And Brandon Staley, the Chargers coach, also said these are the 3 words he used to describe Salyer. He said, poised, strong, assignment sound. So he went out there and he's already playing like a veteran, already playing like a pro, and did a really, really good job his first time out.
So what would you say his pass block grade was? It was 90 something?
90.4.
So for the people that aren't too familiar with PFF, let me put that in context for you. Rashawn Slater, who by all accounts, all-pro superstar. In 2021, his pass blocking graded it was the entire season, but for the entire season was 80.3. That's how good Sawyer was in his first game. I mean, he absolutely blew all expectations out of the water, especially the guy was a 6th-round draft pick, right, out of Georgia. It wasn't like this guy was, a top 10, top 15 pick, top 5 pick, where there was some level of expectations that he was going to come in right away and contribute and maybe contribute at a high level. He kind of came out of nowhere and did this, and give a lot of credit to the Chargers draft class for finding this guy because he was an absolute stud. But I went back to his draft profile real quick, Mize, and I love some of these negatives, right? Because we talk about these guys that become studs that are picked up later in the draft. Look at these negatives you hear about. This is from NFL.com. High cut with below average flexibility. Hops into straight-legged positioning. Stiff lower half prevents lateral block success. Might not have leverage. Feet gets too close on pass slides. Mirroring can be labored and slow. All right, Mize, I played offensive line in college, and half those criticisms, I don't even know what they mean. Like, it's just so minute, so detailed, so almost irrelevant. Because Sawyer was a good football player at Georgia. Obviously, Georgia, great football school. He was a powerhouse, great lineman there. So the fact is, the guy could play football. He had good size. But just for whatever reason, he fell in the draft because the report said he didn't have good footwork in certain situations or didn't do certain things very well. Well, the Chargers got themselves a legitimately good football player, and he showed it last week against the Houston Texans, and they're going to need him to keep it up the rest of the season.
Yeah, no, Nick, I think the best part is obviously Rashawn Slater is your answer for the future, and you want him to come back and fill right back in where he was at the left tackle. But you'd probably maybe find your right tackle of the future in Salyer. I think that he's going to fill right in there. And like you were saying about some of his knocks and his draft grade, I think these are the 3 things that you really want to focus on. He's 6'4", he's 325 pounds, and he played offensive lineman in the SEC against top-tier opponents, and he held his own, especially on a team like Georgia, who's doing it at the highest level, going to college football playoff, going national championship, winning. Those are things you need to look at. Got to look at him on the tape. How is he playing? And he played well at Georgia, obviously played well enough to get drafted. And he's beaten guys in the SEC, and all of this SEC D linemen are probably already in the NFL right now anyway. So it's not like he's going up against subpar
everyone
talent.
in practice, right? If he's at Georgia,
Yeah.
he basically blocked like 5 first-round draft picks every day of the week.
Jordan Davis is back there.
Walker,
Trayvon Walker. You got Quay Walker,
Quay Walker,
Nakobe Dean. Like,
you basically have an all-pro defense that he basically went up against every week.
Yeah, I think if this guy could block Jordan Davis and all of his size and might as a defensive lineman in practice at Georgia, he could pretty much block anybody, like sans Aaron Donald maybe. So I think that's pretty good, and I think he's done excellent so far. I'm excited. Obviously, first game with them. First game was against the Texans. I want to see what he can do in week 2 and if he can build on a really good performance. Because if you go out there and have such a good game and you hear everyone singing your praises, it's got to build your confidence a little bit. So I'm really excited to watch him this coming week to see what he can do.